All right, let's move to our public comment uh, session. So let me begin by stating that I want to welcome and thank all the public comment speakers for addressing the committee today. All of the speakers today were selected in advance of the meeting by a lottery. The final list of public commenters was determined by that lottery. Specific comment for the speakers. We have a limited amount of public comment period, and I'd like you all to please stay within the time limit that has been recommended for you. That's 3 minutes. We'll be displaying a timer that will cycle through your time on the screen, and you can use that to gauge your speech. And I want to say that when you reach the end of your speech, or 3 minutes, I will state thank you for your comment. Your time has expired. If you extend yourself another 15 seconds, I will state as a courtesy to other speakers, we ask that you conclude your comment. And if you are 30 seconds over your allotted time, I will ask that your microphone be cut and state your comment time has ended. Thank you very much. So we'll begin then with our first public commenter, who is Dr. Sears. And when you come to the microphone, please state your name and your affiliation. Dr. Sears.
Yes, thank you for having me. Yes, I'm a board-certified family physician. I've been in practice for about 3 years. And first off, I just want to thank the committee for having me, and just also thank you for your thoughtful, thorough work, which has greatly contributed to the U.S. having an extremely safe vaccine supply. So thank you for your tireless efforts. I wanted to discuss, as you all know, the FDA is set to approve the Pfizer SARS-CoV-2 vaccine in hopefully early next week. And I just wanted to sort of encourage all my fellow colleagues in pediatrics and family medicine who work with kids that of what the critical role children in this population are going to play in achieving herd immunity, and what and how important it is for us to communicate that to the parents of our children. Keep in mind, children under 15 make up approximately 20% of the general population in the United States, and it's going to play a critical role, we as clinicians, in helping us to achieve herd immunity in the fight against SARS-CoV-2. And as well, I think it's really important that we stay abreast on and up to date on things out there in the social media about concerns parents have about long-term effects, infertility effects, DNA changing, all the things we've definitely heard. We need to be able to discuss this and address these concerns with our parents in a thoughtful and encouraging fashion, and be able to alleviate their concerns as to why these are not issues that they need to be concerned about. But in a way that is understanding toward the parent and empathetic of their concerns. And just wanted to, again, just encourage us all to know what a critical role we're going to play amongst this pediatric population, as well as adults, as well as the general population as well, of course. And finally, I just also wanted to address the issue that of concerns of falling behind on the routine schedule during this pandemic. Just to remind how important it is for us all to remain vigilant that our patients don't fall behind on the CDC recommended schedule. But once again, thank you so much for allowing me to comment, and I will leave it at that. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Sarah Berry, and I am an independent pro-vaccine advocate, and online I go by the name 42 Believer. In my first public comment, I talked about how anti-vax lobbyists attempted to censor my testimony, and in my second, I began to touch on the rampant abuse of autistic children within the anti-vaccine community. At the risk of sounding like a broken record, I must return to that awful subject as I inform you all about MMS. MMS stands for Miracle Mineral Solution and has long been touted as a cure-all by a cult known as the Genesis 2 Church of Health and Healing. Unfortunately, MMS is in fact a type of bleach and is very dangerous for consumption, obviously. The leaders of the cult were finally arrested after claiming that MMS could cure COVID-19. But unfortunately for hundreds of autistic children, that arrest came far too late. It was through the efforts of Carrie Rivera that the book Healing the Symptoms Known as Autism was published, giving a detailed guide on how to administer MMS orally, topically, and rectally for the purposes of healing/curing autism. And it was through my efforts that I was able to get that book, Healing the Symptoms Known as Autism, banned from sale from Amazon back in 2019. It is disturbing to know that this book was for sale at all, that anti-vaxxers seem to not even notice that such a horrible cure could be touted within their community. I have seen Carrie Rivera present several years at a very well-known autism anti-vax convention called Autism One. And even after Carrie Rivera was banned from the state of Illinois by the Attorney General from promoting MMS, Autism One still brought her back to speak virtually, getting around the rules, so to speak, because even though MMS is bleach, and that is an absolute fact, people in the anti-vax community are unwilling to grapple with this concept, that this is abuse. I have actually had to contact Children's Services multiple times because I truly believe, it's a fact, that giving MMS to an autistic child or an autistic adult is abuse. It's medical abuse. It's neglect, you could even say. And unfortunately, all three of those instances where I reported the caregiver, none of those ever resulted in action or removal of the autistic child from that home. So again, I just need to stress that this is a very large part of the anti-vaccine community. It is easier to convince people that anti-vaxxers are wrong if you talk about this side of the community. And until anti-vaxxers grapple with this disconnect, I'm going to continue talking about this problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comment.
Forgive us, there's a problem with my mic. So thank you very much. I believe that is the last of our public commenters for now. We will re-adjourn in 15 minutes. Thank you.